딴딴딴. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Weekly Korean Live class. My name is 케이준. 안녕하세요, 케이준입니다. And 안녕하세요, 침치입니다. And hello, we have many viewers waiting for today's lesson. 안녕하세요, 크리스, 니킬, 미트, 캅실, and 수미, 프락티샤, 딘디, and God and Pearl, and Kwati, Dindi Praktisha, Disha. Yes, hello. Mew. It's not mew, it's meow, right? Meow. Learn Japanese. Yes, we have many regular viewers, so I truly appreciate it. 감사합니다. And as you probably know, today's lesson is about 으려고 해요. 으려고 해요. It's a Korean grammar. I prepared this Korean grammar lesson for you because I know many of my students love learning Korean grammar with me. So I'll try to do more Korean grammar in the future if possible. So I hope you enjoy learning Korean grammar with me. By the way, do you know how to say grammar in Korean? Grammar in Korean is 문법. Just for your information. 문법. Yes. And Srusti and Kishore, Ayan, awesome. And of course on Facebook too. We have many viewers from Facebook. 안녕하세요. 잘 지냈어요? So how's everyone doing? All good? JJ, shout out. JJ. Said enough. And Daniel, 안녕하세요. Okay, so before starting our lesson, as usual, I have an announcement. What announcement? If you are my regular viewers, you probably know what it is about. If you see the link in the description, yes, you see this banner, right? Can you see this? Yes, we have always free materials for you to download. So today's free material is Hangul worksheet. Worksheet. What is Hangul? Hangul is the Korean alphabet and it's not difficult to learn. I was about to say the opposite way, but it's not my opinion. A lot of Korean students always say Korean alphabet is very easy to learn. That's not my opinion. That's what everyone says. So please trust me and trust other Korean learners. Korean alphabet is not difficult to learn. So if you're an absolute beginner, and today I'm going to write a lot of Hangul. And if you don't understand Hangul, the Korean alphabet, please check out the link in the description. And wow, you can learn Hangul. Okay, great. So, yes, see? A lot of people said it's easy. It's 문법, by the way. 문법. And Emily, 안녕하세요. Me too. I'm looking forward to today's class too. And Mark, 안녕하세요. Dawn, awesome. And Unique, love you too. Okay, so let's start today's lesson. 짠! 짜자자자자자자잔! Yes, today's grammar point is this. 으려고 해요. Yes, it means to intend to. By the way, grammar in Korean is 문법. By the way, 문법 is grammar in Korean. Okay, so today's 문법 is 으려고 해요. This is a beginner grammar which is very, very important. But there are some tricks. So let's look at what it is. First, let's talk about the meaning. What's the meaning? It as this title said, it means to intend to, or it can also mean to plan to, or it can also mean to be going to. Usually there is verb coming. 짠짠. Actually, 으려고 해요 has many meanings, but first I want to focus on the basic meaning for beginners, which is the most common meaning. So when you talk about your intention, then very often we use 으려고 해요 grammar. 으려고 해요 grammar. For example, I'm going to take a rest tomorrow. I'm so tired. And 침침 asks, so what are you going to do tomorrow? So I want to say, I'm so tired. 내일 쉬려고 해요. 내일 쉬려고 해요. So I'm planning to take a rest. I'm planning to take a break. I'm intending to rest because I'm tired. I'm going to take a break. In that case, we use this grammar. I put a lot of meaning here because I can't find one exact equivalent English expression. So basically, this has this kind of all of this nuance. That's why I put all the meaning. So depending on the context, the meaning changes in English. But basically, it's talking about your intention, what you are going to do, you are intending to, you're trying to do something in the future. That's the meaning of it. Okay, so what's the conjugation is like? Oh, Kimana, very good. You already conjugated perfectly. 잘했어요. And practice that meaning to intend to, plan to be going to. Yes, good. Okay, Daniel, thank you very much. So let's look at the formation. Luckily, the formation is simple. The formation is like this. Just verb stem plus 으려고 하다 or verb stem plus 려고 하다. So there are two ways to say this. One is verb stem plus 으려고 하다 and verb stem plus 려고 하다. If you've been learning Korean with me, you probably can guess. When can you use 으려고 하다 and when can you use 려고 하다? Anyone? So if the verb stem ending with a vowel, then we use 려고 하다. If the verb stem ending with a consonant, we use 으려고 하다. And if you are absolute beginners, you probably be wondering, so what is the verb stem? I don't understand. So here's an example. I have this verb. 먹다. My favorite verb. 먹다. It means to eat. Yum, 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 yum. 먹다. And what is the stem here? All the Korean verb and adjective ends with ta in the dictionary form. Yes, when you check the dictionary, what is to eat in Korean? Then is 먹다, ta. Always end with ta. Haha. Then remove ta, and you only have 먹, right? 먹 is the stem. Again, all Korean verb and adjective end with ta in their dictionary form. And without ta, the word without ta is the stem. So 먹 is the stem. 먹. When you break down the sound, it's like this. 먹. 먹. It ended with consonant, right? It ended with consonant. 먹. So I use 으려고 하다. 먹으려고 하다. So 먹으려고 하다 means to intend to eat, to plan to eat. But again, it has 다. It ended with 다 form. Yes, if it ended with 다 form, it doesn't sound like a spoken form. we want to change it to spoken form. In Korean, very often we conjugate it with a, or 여 form, and when you conjugate 하다 with a, or 여 form, is 해요. By the way, if you're not familiar with a, or 요 form, check out my previous lesson about present tense or 요 form, because 요 is so important. A, or 요 form is so important because we use this form when we speak. This is a present tense and also spoken form. So 먹으려고 해요. That's why today's grammar is not 으려고 하다. 하다 is a dictionary form, the root form. But let's learn 해요 form because it's a spoken form. So you will be using this form more often than just dictionary form. So try to remember just 으려고 해요 from the beginning. Okay, so 먹으려고 해요. I'm planning to eat, I'm trying to eat, I'm intend to eat. So when you want to show your intention, you use this one. And also, when you intend to do something, it has to be verb, right? How can we trying to be something if you use an adjective like it's possible that I'm trying to be beautiful, I'm trying to be thin, I'm trying to be cute. That's possible, but in Korean, in that case, you have to conjugate it with 지다 verb. So we make the adjective as a kind of like verb form, but I'll try not mention that part because it's different from today's grammar. But anyway, with this grammar, you use verb, only verb. So 먹으라고 해요. For example, you're asking me, what's your plan tomorrow? 피자를 먹으려고 해요. What's your plan tomorrow? I'm planning to eat pizza. 피자를 먹으려고 해요. 피자를 먹으려고 해요. So this is how we use it. And let's practice this form too. Verb stem ending with a vowel. Interesting. So what are the examples? We have this 쉬다 to rest. I'm tired. 쉬다, rest, to take a rest, to take a break. 쉬다 to rest. And again, it ended with 다, right? Then what is the stem? Remove 다. Then you only have she. She is the stem here. She. When you write it in romanization, is she. Oh, she. E. It ended with vowel, right? Vowel. That's why we use 려고 하다 here. 려고 하다. 으려고 하다. Nope. It's only for consonant. 려고 하다 for stem ending with a vowel. So 쉬려고 하다. 하다 is not the spoken form. So let's use the 해요 form. 쉬려고 해요. And Chim is now asking. We just finished the school. Chim and I went to school and we just finished the school. And Chim is asking me, hey, Keiji, what's your plan? What are you going to do? Do you wanna go to 코인 노래방? By the way, do you know 코인 노래방? 코인 노래방. So it's basically a karaoke. It's a singing room. It's a room where you can sing, and to sing you have to put one coin. So it's a paid karaoke, and you pay by song. So if you want to sing one song, then you put one coin. So 코인 노래방 is too long, so it's also shortened as 코노. So Chim is asking, do you wanna go to Kono with me? And I said, no, I'm so tired. I just took the 3 tests today and I'm exhausted. So 집에서 쉬려고 해. Teacher, why didn't you use 해 instead of 해요 because 침침 and I are friends now in this setting. In this setting, we are friends, and when we talk casually, we don't need you at the end. We don't need you at the end. We remove you and just say 해. So 해요 is polite form and 해 is a casual form. And Shining, you are not late. And Disha, 저는 잘 지내요. 고마워요. 잘 지냈어요? 엘리자, yes, 가라오케. Very good. 프락티자, yes, 쉬려고 해요. Unique video, yes, that's great. You are 한국말을 공부하려고 입니다. No, it's always have to be 해요, 해요. 한국어 말. It's not 한국어 말. 한국어 is already a name of the language. So 저는 한국어를 공부하려고 해요. That's a good example too. I'll make the sentence for you very soon. 가일론 안녕하세요. Okay. So 짠. Do you know what this means? 집 means house. 에서 is a location marking particle. So 집에서 means at home or in my house. 쉬려고 해. I'm planning to take a rest at home. I'm planning to take a rest at home. So are you okay with this conjugation? So 짠. Let me make a sentence. Let me fix the sentence. Let me correct the sentence that unique video just said. First, do you know how to say to study in Korean? Study in Korean is 공부하다. 공부하다. Okay, so can you conjugate with 으려고 하다? 으려고 하다? Let's see. What's the stem here? It's 공부하다, right? There is 다, but I don't need it. I don't need 다. I don't need 다 for stem. So stem is 공부하 only. Aha. 공부하 하. Oh. Ha. It ended with vowel sound. If it's end with a vowel sound, I'm using 려고 하다, not 으려고 하다. 공부하려고 하다. But I want to change it to spoken form, which is 해요. 공부하려고 해요. It means I'm intending to study, or I'm planning to study. I'm going to study. 공부하려고 해요. What? What are you going to study? 한국어. Okay, let's change this. Oops. Let's make the sentence longer. 한국어. 한국어를 means 한국어 means the Korean language. And 를 is subject marking particle. So 한국어를 공부하려고 해요. It means I'm going to study Korean. I'm going to study Korean. It's not 입니다. No. It's fixed form. It's 해요. It's fixed form. 한국어를 공부하려고 해요. And if you really want to say I, you can say 저는 한국어를 공부하려고 해요. I'm planning to study Korean. By the way, you don't have to put 저는 if it's understood in the context. Usually, you talk about yourself, right? So what's your plan tomorrow? Then, I'm going to study Korean. So without 저는, people understand, you're talking about yourself. But in the context, sometimes, without subject, 한국어를 공부하려고 해요. It can also mean she's going to study Korean, or he's planning to study Korean, or they are intending to study Korean, depending on the context. For example, I'm asking people, they have pen and paper with Korean books. What are they going to do now? And 한국어를 공부하려고 해요. Someone said 한국어를 공부하려고 해요. In that case, even though there is no subject, I know that they are going to study Korean. So, but if you want to specifically mention it's me, you can say 저는 한국어를 공부하려고 해요. What if I want to say I'm going to study Korean next week? What's your plan tomorrow? And next week in Korean is 다음 주에 다음 means next. 주 means week. 에 is the time marking particle. In English, you use on or at, right? For example, on Tuesday or on Friday or at 7 p.m. You use preposition on or at. In Korean, we use 에. However, for next week, you don't put any preposition. But in Korean, we still need a preposition, which is 에. 저는 다음 주에 한국어를 공부하려고 해요. It means I'm going to study Korean next week. What if 저는 다음 주에 I'm going to study Korean with 침침. 저는 다음 주에 침침이랑 침침이 is a name and 랑 means with. So with 침침 is 침침이랑. So now you can make a longer and longer sentence, right? 저는 다음 주에 침침이랑 한국어를 공부하려고 해요. What if I want to say I'm going to study Korean with 침침 at school? Do you know how to say at school? At school. School in Korean is 학교. And now you have 짠, 에서. Do you remember the 에서? Is here. Yes, it's the location marking particle. So some action is happening at 학교. So at. 에서. It's like English preposition at. But in Korean, we put the particle after the location as in 학교에서. In English, 학교에서 means at school. Wow, you can make longer and longer sentence now. 저는 다음 주에 침침이랑 학교에서 한국어를 공부하려고 해요. Are you okay with it? So I'm going to study Korean with 침침 at school next week. Okay, let's practice a little more. So now we have how about this? 보다. Can you conjugate 보다 with 으려고 하다? 짠. 보 is the stem. It ended with o sound. So 보려고 하다. 보려고 해요. I want to change to spoken form. What if I want to say I'm planning to watch Korean drama this Sunday. You can say 일요일에 한국 드라마를. Are you okay with it? 한국 드라마 means Korean drama를 object marking particle. So 한국 드라마를 보려고 해요. It means I'm going to watch Korean dramas. But I made the sentence even longer. 일요일 means Sunday의 time marking particle. So 일요일에 한국 드라마를 보려고 해요. I'm going to watch Korean dramas on Sunday. If you specifically mention this Sunday, then you can say 이번 주. 이번 means this, 주 means this week. So 이번 주 일요일에 it means this week's Sunday. On this week's Sunday or this Sunday, I'm going to watch Korean dramas. All good? Then let's practice a little more. This time I have this verb, which means 닫다. Now we also have this expression. And do you know how to conjugate this? Can you conjugate it now? 닫다. It means to close, like this, close. You close the door, you close the window, you close the store. So you close the store. Okay, so 닫다. Lisa, that's a good question. That's a good example. So 저. It's not 저는, by the way. It's 저는 or 전. 내년에 한국에 가려고요. That's excellent. That's just a perfect sentence. 저는 내년에 한국에 가려고 해요. That's a perfect sentence. Very good. So I'm going to Korea next year. Very good. 저는 can be shortened as 전 in spoken form. Okay, so very good. Now we got the answer here. 닫으려고 해요. It's 닫다 to close, but 닫 ended with 닫 consonant. So we are using 으려고 해요. 으려고 하다. So 닫으려고 해요. For example, 저 가게는 문을 닫으려고 해요. That store is planning to close the door. That store is planning to close the door. It literally means that store, that 가게, store. So as for that store, 는 is the, by the way, 는 is the particle. It's a topic marking particle. It means like as for, but when there's no subject marking particle, very often the topic marking particle works as a subject marking particle. So that store, 문 means door, and 을 is particle, object marking particle. 닫으려고 해요. So it literally means that store is planning to close the door. It can mean two different meanings. One, they literally close the door. Or second, they usually finish their work, their operation around 7 p.m. So around 7 p.m. they're trying to close the door. Or they are planning to close the shop, the store, permanently. So by looking at this context, I don't know which one it is. You need to see the context. So 닫으려고 해요. Very good. You did very well. So since you did an amazing work, let me give you some more tips. There are some verbs that end with 리을, verb stem that end with 리을. For example, 살다. So can you conjugate 으려고 하다? How can you conjugate it? 살. A lot of people think 살. The 살다 meaning to live. I live in Korea. You live in the States. He lives in France. So 살다 meaning to live. 코아티, that's a good question. 저 versus 그. The English translation is the same. It means that, but there is a difference. Learn Japanese. 감사합니다. Thank you very much for your donation. Yay! And 엘리자, 저 백화점은 문을 닫으려고 해요. Yes, good example. So both of them are that. 저 and 그, both of them are that. But the difference is 저 is far from the speaker and the listener. So 침침 and I are looking at something. The store is that store is for both of us is far. That store is 저 is very far to listener and speaker. 그 가게 in English that's that store, but 그 가게 means that store is far from me as a speaker. 그 가게 means far from me as a speaker, but it's close to the listener. So, for example, I'm here and 침침이 is here. 침침이 is here and the store is here. Store is here. So this store is close to 침침, right? 침침 is right next to the store, but I'm here. So it's far. So I'm calling 침침. Hey, how's the store? How's that store? Is it crowded? And in that case, that store is close to 침침. So it's 그 가게. And if the store is far from all of us, oops. The store is here. Imagine. I'm here, Chim and I are here, but the store is really far. It's there, over there. Then the store is 저 가게. And while I'm explaining this, we got the answer. Yay! Yes, the answer is 살려고 해요. Huh? Teacher, this is so weird. You said if the stem ends with a consonant, then we use 으려고 해요. For example, look at this, teacher. 살다. The stem is 살. It ended with the consonant, so I'm supposed to use 으려고 하다, right? Theoretically, yes. It's supposed to be 사르려고 하다, but this is an exception. So when the stem ends with the dear sound, 살, it ended with dear. In that case, you use 려고 하다. So please remember, dear. If the stem ends with dear sound, then you use 려고 하다. Actually, it's simply because 살 already has this dear sound, right? 살, So since there is already the dear sound, we just use 려고 하다 because 살으려고 하다 is difficult to pronounce. But since already the dear sound, 살려고 하다 is easier. Korean people made this rule just to pronounce the Korean phrases more easily. It's not to confuse you. So we did it simply because 살으려고 하다 is harder. But when you pronounce quickly this, 살려고 하다 is easier. Yes, learn Japanese exactly. It sounds smoother. That's why this happens. So 사르려고 하다, 사르려고 해요 is incorrect. I'm sorry, but this is incorrect. So this is an exception. So please remember, if the stem ends with the leer sound, you use 려고 하다. It's not 으려고 하다. So 살려고 해요. So for example, I'm going to live in Korea next year. 내년에 means in the next year. In English, you don't need in the next year, but in Korean, we still need the particle, time marking particle, 에, which means in. 내년 means next year. 한국에서 살려고 해요. 한국 means Korea. 에서 means the location marking particle. So 한국에서 means in Korea. 살려고 해요. It means I'm trying to live in Korea next year. I'm intending to live in Korea next year. I'm planning to live in Korea next year. I'm going to live in Korea next year. So 내년에 한국에서 살려고 해요. All good? Very good, Lisa. Great. Okay. Another thing that I want to mention is this. When you speak casually, when you want to speak casually, very often we omit 해요. So we only say, for example, we made a lot of sentences today, right? 피자를 먹으려고 해요. We made this sentence. We also made 집에서 쉬려고 해. Let me put all the sentences that we learned today. 한국 드라마를 공부하려고 해. 한국 드라마를 보려고 해요. So there are 3 examples. But in casual sentences, we just remove 해요 or even 해. In English too, when it's casual conversation, very often we don't make a full sentence, right? We just say part of the word. It's very similar in Korea too. So, what are you going to eat tomorrow? 피자를 먹으려고. You can say 피자를 먹으려고 해. This is still casual, but this is even more casual. So between friends, this is enough. So 피자를 먹으려고 피자를 먹으려고. So it means I'm planning to eat some pizza. And what are you going to do after school? 집에서 쉬려고. 집에서 쉬려고. So I'm planning to stay at home and rest. 집에서 쉬려고. What are you going to do this weekend? I can say 한국 드라마를 보려고. 한국 드라마를 보려고. I'm thinking I'm planning to watch Korean dramas. By the way, when we speak casually, very often we omit object marking particle too. And another tip is now is 으려고 하다. And when we speak, we also have this form. Oops. 을라고. So you can omit this too, as you know, right? Like this. We omitted the 하다 part because it's casual. So you can omit the 하다 too because it's casual. So let's make it simple. So 으려고 is a dictionary form. This is a correct form and this is the standard form. But in the spoken form, we also pronounce it like this. 을라고. So for example, what are you going to eat? 피자 먹으려고. 피자 먹으려고. So 피자 먹으려고 and 먹으려고 exactly the same. But this one is even more informal. It's very intimate. 피자 먹으려고. So what are you going to do tomorrow? 집에서 쉬려고. What are you going to do this weekend? 한국 드라마 보려고. 볼라구 or 볼라고. So do you see the conjugation now? So if 먹, yes, if it ended with consonant, then you use 을라구. But 쉬다, it ended with vowel sound. 리을라구, 쉴라구, 볼라구. This is just good to know. But this is not the main topic of today. But since you are doing a great job, I just want to give you some more information for you to practice more. Okay. And also, what if I want to use it in the past tense? So for example, 피자를 먹으려고 해요. So how can I use the past form? Can I use the past form here as in 피자를 먹으려고 해요? Like this? Can I use the past tense here when I conjugate it? I'm sorry, you cannot use the past tense here. Past tense or a future tense. No. You cannot conjugate it here. Then how can I express my intention in the past or in the future? Like for example, I was planning to watch Korean dramas, but I changed my mind. Like that. Or I was intending to eat pizza, but I decided to eat hamburger instead. When you want to conjugate the tense, please do not conjugate the tense here, but always tense should be conjugated at the end. For example, 피자를 먹으려고 until here is the same. 해요. Conjugate the 해요 with the past tense. 했어요. 피자를 먹으려고 했어요. 그런데 피자가 너무 비쌌어요. But the pizza was too expensive. 그래서 햄버거를 먹었어요. So I ate hamburger. Like that. Okay, so we have a lot of things to cover today, right? But it's not very difficult. So let's quickly review what we learned today. So today we learned this. 으려고 해요. It means to intend to or to plan to be going to. So when you want to talk about your intention, we use this one, this expression. So it means like I'm trying to do, I'm planning to do, I'm going to do. So yeah, when you want to talk about your intention, please use this grammar. The formation is simple. If the stem ends with a consonant, you use 으려고 해요. For example, 먹다, to eat. 먹, it ended with consonant, so I'm using 으려고 하다. By the way, this is not the spoken form, so I'm using 해요, spoken form. 먹으려고 해요. I'm planning to eat. For example, 피자를 먹으려고 해요. I'm planning to eat pizza. How about the stem ending with a vowel? In that case, we use 려고 해요. For example, 쉬다, to rest. So 쉬려고 해요. 쉬려고 해요. It means I'm planning to rest. 집에서 쉬려고 해요. I'm going to rest at home. 집에서 쉬려고 해요. And here's an exception. The exception is this. 살다. If the stem ends with a real sound like this, then never use 으려고 해요. No, 살으려고 해요 never works. Even though it ends with a consonant. Always use 려고 하다. As in, 살려고 해요. I'm going to live in somewhere. For example, 한국에서 살려고 해요. I'm going to live in Korea. And in spoken form, you can even omit 해요 part. 해요 or 해 part. So, what are you going to do? 집에서 쉬려고 is okay. And 려고 하다 has another form. It means exactly the same, which is 으려고. 짠, 먹으려고, 쉬려고, 보려고. Like this. So 먹 ended with consonant, so use 으려고. But if it ended with vowel sound, you use 리을라고, as in 쉬려고. Okay, and when you want to use the present tense, future tense, past tense, etc., etc., when you want to conjugate it, never conjugate it here, conjugate it here at the end. Okay, and also sometimes you might see, instead of 해요, you might see different verb. For example, 한국에 가려고 한국어를 공부해요. Ooh, it looks long. So you know this meaning, right? 한국어를 공부해요 means I'm studying Korean. And if you have 려고 in the sentence, in that case, it means in order to. In order to. So 가려고 means in order to go. 한국에 가려고 means in order to go to Korea. So this is not today's vocabulary, but you've been doing amazing work, so I'm giving some more tip. Okay, but very often 려고 하다 is used as one set, but sometimes you will see other verbs instead of 해요. In that case, it's translated into in order to or so that. Okay, so 려고 해요, it literally means in order to do something. Okay, so less grammar is so complex, really useful. Yes, in my lesson, there are lots of students. Some of them are beginners, some of them are intermediate learners, some of them are quite advanced. That's why I'm trying to give many information at once, because I want to make this lesson useful for many different students. But for beginners, please remember only this. The meaning is this. Intend to, plan to, be going to. Formation is this. Verb stem ending with a consonant plus 으려고 하다. Verb stem ending with a vowel, 려고 하다. And if the verb stem end with 리을, is 려고 하다. For beginners, please remember only this. If you are intermediate learners, remember these two. You can omit this part too. And also there's another form like this. And if you are upper intermediate or even higher intermediate learners, then please remember this form too. When you want to conjugate the other tense or other forms, other grammars, conjugate it here, not here. Okay, and also this. So beginners, remember only the meaning and conjugation and exception. And for more advanced learners, please remember more information that I gave you today. Okay, so today we learned a lot. I hope today's lesson was useful, and I made a lesson note, by the way. KoreanClass101.com / live. If you go to this page, you can download today's lesson note. I put the more detailed explanation. I put more example sentences. I explained the formation, and I also added some quiz practices, exercises, so you can practice on your own. Of course, the exercises have the answer at the end, so you can check the answer if you're correct or not. So go to this page, and if you are the member of KoreanClass101.com, you can just download it free. If you are not the member of KoreanClass101.com, well, you can sign up for free. To download this material is completely free. But for beginners, if you think this is too hard, start with the Korean alphabet Hangul. John, do you see this? Yes, Hangul is super easy. I'm not lying. So please learn Hangul first. Then this lesson will be much easier for you. Okay, so check out this Hangul worksheet so you can learn this alphabet. I'm not lying. It's easy. Yes, my students said they can understand the structure in 20 minutes. Or actually, if you click the link in the description, you can find my 20 minutes Hangul video to understand the structure of Korean Hangul. And if you have some more time, you can memorize the alphabet. Then it takes some time, but it won't take so long. Okay, so thank you everyone. And if you want to practice some more, here you are. So this is homework. So can you conjugate these three verbs with conjugate the following verbs with 려고 하다. So first we have 찾다, meaning to look for, 빌리다, meaning to borrow, and 알다, meaning to know. So conjugate with these following verbs with 으려고 하다, and leave a comment on YouTube or Facebook or Korean Class 101. Or if you personally want me to check, you can tag me on Instagram. I don't use other social media, so please tag me on Instagram with this name. Then I can check your homework and give you some corrections and feedback. Okay, good luck everyone. And next week, you did a great job with the grammar. Grammar lesson is not easy. So next week, let's have some fun cultural lesson, which is about Korean movies. So how to learn Korean with Korean movies. I'll introduce some Korean movies and useful some phrases and stuff. So please join the class again. It will be 1 p.m. in Korean time and November 24th. So 감사합니다. Oh, Praktisha, you already downloaded the lesson note. Great. And seriously, that's right. Today is 수능 day, by the way. I hope everyone will have good result. By the way, 수능 is the university entrance exam in Korea. It's the big day in Korea. Okay, and meet Bisil. Oh, you're going to practice. That's awesome. And N3 Garage, 수고했습니다. 감사합니다. And Jeffrey, 지난주 금요일에 산에 가려고 했어요. 산에, 에 means towards. 산에 가려고 했어요. Very good. Okay, so learn Japanese. So 감사합니다. 다음 주에 봐요. So see you next week. Bye bye. 감사합니다. 다음 주에